So let me push in. Okay, so red is neutralized. Okay, so I have to clean up red and then be ready to fight purple very soon after this. Purple's gonna go kill teal. Okay, so let me get these guys ready. Okay, so purple is engaged with teal, so actually my window of opportunity is coming up like right now. Right now. Okay, what do I got here? Okay, so Perp's about to die, unfortunately. My window is just about to open up. So I'm gonna have to take advantage of this. Okay, if I pull these guys down here, yeah, I'm gonna have to go for it, like right now.
The doctor is in. The doctor is in.
Roger that. By the numbers, boys. We can use them out here. Let's have a blast. Aye, laddie.
You better send some body bags.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm bringing this ball of army to go block in Russia, so nothing can move up here. Now I'm gonna get some dropships ready here. Just get prepared to go do a drop.
You better send some body bags.
Okay, and now is where I go for the win.
It's go time. Oh, it's on. Let's have a blast. Kaboom, baby. Let's have a blast.
Okay,
I'm in a world of hurt. This better be good. It's go time. I'm in a world of hurt. Coming through. Armed and ready. Oh, it's on. It's go time. Oh, it's on.
okay, so now I push in. Got to keep my eyes on yellow, make sure he's not coming in for me.
This better be good. I'm in a world of hurt.
Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Alright, let's keep this bad boy going.
The doctor is in.
Okay. Good. I feel so bad. Feels so bad. It's got to be done though. That was the window. That is the chance. Okay. It's pretty close at this point. 60%. I've seen it turn around before, so I'm not gonna call it a victory until it's a victory. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So he's like given up. I don't think he's even worrying about it. Okay, we got what's going on here. Okay, so I've got him locked in. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up Russia. I don't want to fight him. Just have to take as much land as I need to win, and that's it. No more, no less. Okay, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So let's see. Okay, so let us recap that game. So yeah, that was a super fun game. I totally did not expect to win that at all. So, oh, for some reason, okay. So yeah, I didn't expect to, oh, okay, score screen. Yeah, let's return to game here. So yeah, so I didn't expect to win the game. It was a terribly bad start. We can even look at the log. We can look at the map log. So yeah, so if you watch here, in the start, see I kind of had a bit of the Balkans, moved up into Germany, and then blue attacked me and did really well. So I was down to kind of nothing. I had like, you know, a couple of income here and there. Then I was just in Greenland. I managed to hold that for a round, got down to Portugal, lost that as well. So if you look at the map here, I have nothing. I literally have nothing. I did a respawn at this point, and I managed to get Switzerland. Shortly thereafter, I saw an opportunity to go up north, take Belgium, took England, and took Svalbard. And then I managed to grab a little bit of Light Pink's land, grabbed Italy, and slowly just managed to grab some land. So at this point, I was helping purple because he allowed me to live. And I was just going up to Scandinavia to go help him, and I managed to actually secure all of Scandinavia for myself. And I kind of just chilled out for a little bit, collected some income, and yeah, just kind of did a little bit of nothing for a while. What was really glorious, and we don't see this in the mini-map right now, or in the replay map, is Blue, who gave me such a hard time, griefed me right in the beginning, which was like a super silly move. Like, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. Like, okay, so here we are. Like, Blue could have gone into Italy, or he could have, I don't know, taken some islands. He could have gone into Spain. So at this point, I guess he was sort of cut off and kind of wedged, and he decided to go for me. So I guess I can't blame him too hard for that. But what was really glorious is taking him out in Scandinavia. That felt super good. Chasing him down and finishing him off felt super good. And so let's just see turn numbers. So there's 81 rounds, so we're at 57. So at this point, this is when I had helped out purple attack light pink, and the reason I did that is light pink was a pretty strong player, so I wanted him out of the mix. And at that point, like, teal and red were already fighting each other, so their armies canceled each other out. They might as well have been like 4 income people. They didn't matter because they had no money. So long as they were fighting with each other and you could tell they were spending their entire bank, they were not a threat. So at this point, I just kind of consolidated, and I didn't expand too much when we finished off light pink. I told purple to take most of the land so that he wouldn't feel threatened. And I didn't want the target to be on me. So at this point, as you can see, purple's got a lot of land. Now, at this point, I kind of just stay out of it. I'm watching what's going on down in the Middle East, and I'm just a little bit bored, so I kind of roll down there and, just get in the mix a little bit just for fun. At this point, I ask, let me just go back, I ask purple if I can take France for a sec. If I was red, I would be totally shitting bricks if I heard somebody say that, because why would I want to open up a border? So I took France and immediately moved into the rest of the UK and Spain. And after that point, I took all of Africa. Now, here we are, turn 75, so 6 rounds ago. Yellow, kind of a weak player, spent all his money in the Middle East, so he wasn't too much of a concern. At this point, I had pretty high income, and I was probably in the 40% range in terms of land control. Now, I had a couple of options here. I could have held out for a second, and then it would have just given purple the opportunity to regroup and come attack me, because it was just getting down to that point. He was fighting teal, so it was just going to be me and purple. So I knew I had to make my move. So as you can see, in the course of 3 rounds, I pushed I pushed east, right? So I came from France, and I pushed up into Germany, Poland, and I came down from Scandinavia, and I just really attacked them pretty hard, pretty swift. Now, what I did, if you guys noticed that, and I mentioned it while I was doing it, which was I had this big ball up in Scandinavia, and I just moved it down, and I placed it in Georgia. And this was deliberate. This was to block him in, because I knew that after purple was done in the Middle East, he was going to want to come up and, counter my attack. He didn't have too much in Europe, so I knew I had to kind of block him off there, and then that way I would only have one choke to really worry about. Because I've got the north and the west, it would be pretty easy to just kind of hold this Balkans choke. And so just over the course of a couple of turns, I just pushed in. At this point, the game is lost, or I guess from my perspective, the game is won. I had control of all of mainland Europe, and I didn't want to push into purple. So I just kind of cleaned up whatever I could in Russia to get my 70% and take the win at that point. So at that point, the game was over, and I had taken the win. So yeah, it was fun. I really, like I said, I wasn't expecting the win, but it really just goes to show you that these games can really turn around. You just have to give it a shot, right? I was down to nothing. I had literally zero. I was down to a respawn. I was really happy that purple was the strongest guy when I had my respawn because I knew he'd let me live. At least I had a good idea. And I just slowly took, a little bit of countries here and there. And especially because I was a victim in the beginning. I wasn't like this aggressive guy that overexpanded, tried to go for the win too early, and now everybody was punishing me. No, it was like I just tried to get a little bit of land, and some guy just kept on harassing me. So people weren't, like, I wasn't an enemy, so I was able to kind of grab two or four income from purple and 6 or 8 income from light pink, and just managed to slowly increase my strength. You guys probably also noticed that when I grabbed England and Svalbard, I didn't want to have war with yellow, and the second that he said truce, I was very happy with that because at that point we were roughly the same strength. Maybe he had a little bit more income than me, but I probably could have out microed him a little bit, and we would have just canceled each other out, and we would both be dead. So I was super happy to not fight with him. When you're a super small guy, unless you're extremely bigger than some other really small guy, you probably shouldn't fight other small people. You should wait for opportunities to snake land from other people, and don't be a dick about it, but just try and appeal to people's sense of giving. And take a little bit of land. And, I was telling Perp that I'd have his back and things like that. I was telling Red that I'd have his back. So that's what managed to, allow me to slowly, build up my income until the point where, I was neck and neck with the strongest guy on the map. And then I saw an opportunity to just roll in and clean up Red, and that put me in the superior position. And it Purple, made the mistake of going totally out of position, going into the Middle East, and allowed me, there's no red flags when he saw my big ball, moving down. And, if you guys also notice, when I moved that ball down, I even typed out, I want Purple to win, right? So I just wanted to let Purple think that, I wasn't doing an aggressive maneuver against him. Maybe he just thought I was coming to join the fight or something in the Middle East. So because I said that, he wasn't alerted, I made sure not to have big balls of armies in mainland Europe, so he wasn't frightened. And then I kind of just slowly prepared. Right. Another thing that you'll notice is pre-war, I kind of prepared a little bit by building some medics, along my borders where I was about to attack. In my opinion, I don't know the actual math on this, but if you just buy a medic, that costs 3 minerals, and it doesn't have a lot of energy when you first build a medic, so it probably won't pay for itself. It'll only heal maybe 1 Marine's worth of hit points, so it's not worth it to spend 3 minerals for that. However, if you build it a couple of rounds in advance, or even a round in advance, it allows the energy or the mana, whatever, to build up. So that way, when you are ready to attack, you just have to build your actual offensive units, and they'll have those medics fully charged up, ready to go. So if you guys are playing with me in the future, and I know this is probably going to bite me in the ass, but if you see me making medics on your border, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to attack you, but I might be worried about you coming in, or I might be planning an attack. So that's another little quick tip. So yeah, overall, kind of a fun game. I think the moral of the story here is You just never know how a game's going to turn out, and in the end, you can just totally take the win from literally being nothing. I actually think that was my first time using a respawn and winning from that. Like I've used respawns and like come back to like a pretty strong point, but in this game I actually took the win. So that feels pretty cool. And I think over time, if you always just give it your best effort, like things like this will happen where you'll actually just win, and that's just going to bring up your win to loss ratio. And it's just small stuff like that that really makes the difference in the long run. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you guys subscribe. That way you're going to get notified when I post new videos. Make sure you comment. Let me know how you think the fight went, or how the game went. And if you've got any like tips or suggestions or things you want to talk about, definitely post a comment on there. And yeah, I look forward to seeing that. All right, guys, take it easy.